Hey there, my fabulous friends, and welcome to Beyond Doubt Unleashing Confidence. I'm your host, Nefe Oguntoye, coming in hot for episode 22. Today, we're tackling a topic that's practically dripping in pink confetti and heart-shaped chocolates, Valentine's Day. But before you roll your eyes at the thought of soppy romance films and high-pressure dates, let me assure you, this isn't your average Valentine's chat. We're diving into self-love, the kind that doesn't require overpriced roses or an "I'm so in love it hurts" social media post. Seriously, whether you're living your best single life, happily coupled, or somewhere in the land of "it's complicated," we all need a bit of love directed inward. And trust me, giving yourself a big metaphorical hug on Valentine's Day is about as rebellious and empowering as it gets. So, grab a cuppa, put your feet up, and let's explore how to conquer negative self-talk, boost self-esteem, and spread compassion like confetti on a wedding floor dance. Wedding floor? Wedding dance floor. Ready? Let's do this. Part 1. Why turn Valentine's Day into Self-Love Day? Valentine's Day can feel like that flashy friend who's constantly bragging on Instagram. Look at my flowers, look at my dinner, look at my teddy bear. That's bigger than me. But let's peel back the layers of red and pink marketing. At its core, the day is about celebrating love in all its forms, including the relationship you have with yourself. Think of it like this. You wouldn't want to jump into a new relationship if your old baggage is still lurking in the boot of your car, right? Self-love helps you sort through that emotional baggage, tosses out what's no longer serving you, and neatly packs the essentials. That way, wherever you go, romantic or otherwise, you arrive with a sense of wholeness. Plus, when you direct some Valentine's energy towards your own well-being, you notice an interesting phenomenon. Everything else in your life, your friendships to career goals, starts to sparkle just a little bit brighter. Because a confident, self-loving person is magnetic. So cue the confetti. Part 2. The menace called negative self-talk. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, negative self-talk. If negativity, it's going to be a great episode, had a theme tune, it'd be that downer music you hear in old cartoons when a character's about to step on a banana peel. You know the type, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or my personal favourite, who do I think I am anyway? It's a bit like having an unwelcome sports commentator narrating your life, but constantly rooting for the other team. Even worse, it can become so normal that you barely notice it. Maybe you spill your morning coffee and think, well, of course I'd do that. I'm a walking disaster. Or you miss a single gym session and go, I'll never be fit, might as well eat an entire cake, which, for the record, is delicious, but not the best solution. Valentine's Day can amplify this if you're single or feeling insecure. Suddenly, everyone else seems to have a perfect date lined up, a perfect outfit, a perfect life, ... but that's wrong. You only see what's happening on the surface. Meanwhile, in your head, I can't say negative today. That negative commentator is having a field day. But here's the deal. You don't have to accept that commentary. Fire them. Replace them with a new announcer who, at the very least, calls the game with some fairness. Part 3. Lucy's pizza-fueled revelation. Let me introduce you to Lucy, our Valentine's MVP. She's 29, works in a fast-paced agency, and absolutely dreaded the 14th of February. Picture this, Lucy once spent Valentine's Day crying into a heart-shaped pizza that arrived cold. In her words, I couldn't even get a pizza to show up hot for me, let alone a date. One year, her mate all but dragged her to a singles Valentine's mixer. Lucy went in expecting a festival of sad stories and wilted heart balloons. Instead, she found real people owning up to their own insecurities. She realised that everyone was battling some form of negative self-talk. She wasn't alone. A tiny light bulb appeared above her head. The real villain wasn't her single status, but the constant mental chatter telling her she was destined for a lonely existence with only Mr. Pickles, her cat, for company. That night sparked a shift. Lucy started journaling every negative thought and challenging it with evidence to the contrary. She took small steps, like making a gym schedule she could realistically stick to and celebrating each time she followed through. Before long, she pitched a game-changing idea at work, previously unthinkable for her, and it got approved. The moral of Lucy's story is that your perceived limitations often exist only in your head. And Valentine's Day can be the perfect annual reminder to flick that negative switch off. Part 4. Strategies to shut down negative self-talk. Right, so how do we all become a bit more Lucy-ish and send that negativity packing? Let's break it down. 1. Awareness is king or queen. You can't change what you don't notice, so spend a day, just one day, tracking every negative thought that pops up. Write it on your phone, a sticky note, or even in your hand if you have to. By bedtime, you'll likely be shocked at how often you're putting yourself down. That's your baseline. 2. Talk back nicely. Once you clock a negative thought, question it. If you find yourself saying, I'll never be good at public speaking, challenge that with examples of times you've spoken well. Even if it was just offering an opinion in a meeting or giving a toast at a friend's wedding. Facts are your ammo against self-doubt. 3. Plan for self-love dates. You heard me, date yourself. Book out time in your calendar for a me date. Could be a bubble bath, a movie, or reading a new thriller with 0 interruptions. Treat this appointment as non-negotiable, as a date with someone you fancy. When you honor time with yourself, you send a powerful message to your mind that you are a priority. 4. Affirmations with authenticity. Parroting positive phrases you don't believe, I am the greatest being in the universe, might feel a tad forced. So instead, craft affirmations that ring true to your life and your struggles. Something like, I'm learning to be more confident every day is honest, gentle, and motivating. You can also check out my affirmations bundle for free at nefewellness.com/resources. 5. Laugh at yourself. Not in a mean way. If you do something goofy, like tripping over your own feet, try to chuckle instead of calling yourself names. Laughter can diffuse embarrassment and remind you that life's too short to be super serious all the time. Remember, building self-love is a marathon, not a sprint. It's like learning a new language. Your mind has been fluent in negativity for years, so it won't master positivity overnight, but every single step counts. Part 5. A book that will give you a gentle nudge. If you're hungry for an in-depth chat about imperfection, vulnerability, and stepping into your authentic self, I highly recommend The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. She breaks down the idea that our flaws aren't something to hide, they're actually what makes us real, relatable, and lovable. You can find it on Amazon, and it's basically the perfect +1 for your Valentine's Day self-love mission. Think of it as a cozy fireside chat with a wise, friendly guide who's totally on your side. I'll also put a link to it in the description below. Summing up, that's a wrap for episode 22 of Beyond Doubt Unleashing Confidence. I'm your host, Nefe Oguntoye, and I hope today's chat has sparked a little something in your heart, like a gentle reminder that Valentine's Day is about much more than couple pics on social media. Let's be honest, love is grand, but self-love, that's the real pot of gold. The best part is, you don't need a fancy reservation or singing telegram to develop a compassionate relationship with yourself. And all you need is a willingness to chat or to challenge that harsh inner critic, celebrate every tiny win, and show yourself the kindness you've offered your closest friends. If you'd like to read more about Lucy's journey and grab all these self-love tips in written form, head on over to the blog post that this episode is inspired by at nefewellness.com/Valentine's Day Self-Love Guide. Thank you for tuning in. If this episode resonates with you, share it with a friend or two, or maybe that relative who's always a bit down on themselves. Spread the love, because the world could use as much positivity as we can muster. Until next time, keep conquering doubt, keep unleashing your confidence, and remember, you are your own best Valentine. Trust me, you're worth every bit of kindness you can dream up. Take care, guys. Bye.